Hello ladies and gents, this is another video brought to you by Ants Hood, and today you're going to watch my Nicos destroy a Fluffy, and the Christmas giveaway winner will be announced, but that'll be at the end. What we'll do is have a quick look at my Nicos to see where they're at the moment, because it's been a while since I've done a video on them. If you remember from my last video where I was concerned my Nicos were going to have a die-off, and I'll link that in the top right corner now, I was really concerned that they weren't producing enough brood, and I was going to be going for a bit of a population crash. But if you can see here, the queens have been working in overdrive and produced a lot of young again, which is great news. So I don't think I'm going to get the big die-off that I was expecting. Now, if you look in the second nest here, you'll see there's plenty of pupae get my words out, kicking around, which is great news. What you'll also notice from this video as well is I've got loads and loads of elites, which is great news because it shows that my colony has reached that last stage now where it's stable and it's producing reproductives, which is brilliant news. Now, I don't think I've seen any young queens yet, but I'm pretty sure that comes later on. It's like produce loads of males, then they move on to producing queens. Now, I could be wrong on that one, I may stand corrected, but I think that's how it works. So, but if you look in this video here, I've got loads of elites, and it's not beyond the realms of impossibility that I may, most of these are males by all accounts, but I've not got queens hiding amongst them, young queens hiding amongst them, which I suspect that I do. Now, if you cast your mind back to the video where my Nicos escaped, and I'll link in the top right corner now, there was an elite in the nest then. Now, I thought it was a Polyrachus male that they'd managed to get their mitts on and take into the nest to chomp on. But looking at it now and looking at all these elites, I think it was actually one of my first generations of elites that this nest produced, which is pretty cool to be fair. Now here's a behavioural note, and probably food for thought for you guys as well, is I get asked a lot, how do I manage to have such a successful 2-queen colony? Now, a lot of people that I speak to order the queens, multiple queens in, and 9 out of 10 times the queens get dispatched by either work or the queen, I don't really know, but either way the queens die to leave one. Now I think what's happened with me is that they moved into the Ant Canada hybrid nest, which is huge by the way, and because it's such a big nest they were able to keep away from each other. And then when I only had one nest, I noticed that the queens were never together. They were always one end of the nest to the other end of the nest, and now I've got two connected. Now check out my other videos where I put the nest set up together. I'll link that in the top right corner now when they get an expansion. The queens now moved into different nests, so they're constantly apart from each other, and I think that reduces the stress of the queens and the likelihood that they're going to attack and kill each other. And I think that's the reason why, springtails, I think that's the reason why I've been so successful. But this is only speculation, and the truth is I really don't know. Now this is a Fluffy, it's from Pets at Home, and it's quite a bit bigger than a Pinky, and I thought, do you know what, I reckon my Nicos can take it on. And here's a bit of a time lapse when they first put it in. You can see there that they're getting all around it, doing what the Nicos do and just going crazy on it. And to tell you the truth, as before, they attack the exact same areas. If you've not seen my video of them attacking a Pinky, it's in the top right corner now. I am linking loads of videos today. Watch all my other videos, people. Anyway, it's linked in the top right corner. As you can see, they work on the soft spots. You can see them working on the ear area here, and this is a bit later as well. As you can tell by the lighting, it's a bit darker, and the ear area has been massively expanded. They work in the mouth and they work in the anus to get into the soft spots, as expected. Now, as you can see here, they're really working on the ear area, and they're getting into the brain cavity as well, and you'll see in a bit, cleared that out as well. Now, I do like doing these time lapses, and if I wasn't using my phone, I would love to capture the whole time lapse of them getting this mouse, as it were, and stripping it off. But unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy the camera equipment, and my phone battery dies all the time, so I don't get the opportunity to do it. But one day I will, don't you worry. But if you look here, they're pretty much finished off. There's still bits of flesh here and there. They're also going into the brain cavity there and picking out the rest of the brains, what's ever left of it, but they've pretty much picked it off. Look at the ribs, crazy. They've pretty much picked all the flesh off it. But what you do notice, you see just where that ant is, there's a big yellow ball. I think that's the stomach content. I think it's the milk, and I don't think they like it, because I've noticed they do it a couple of times with the Pinkies as well, is if they've got full tummies, they leave it alone, they leave it be. So, you know, a bit of behavioural note there. I guess they just don't like milk, who knows. Now, I think it's safe to say that my Nicos can still destroy a Fluffy. So they've moved from Pinkies to Fluffies now. I mean, I don't know what the next stage for my size is. You guys out there might keep reptiles no better than I, but I think give them a little while longer and they'll be able to take on the next size up, because they've pretty much destroyed this, took all the flesh off it and stripped it good. If I was ever going to commit murder, of course I'm not, I might use my Nicos to dispatch the evidence. Now, moving away from dispatching of the evidence in a perfect murder, it's time to talk about my Christmas giveaway. Now, parental discretion advised here. I had to film this on my iPad, which you can see my reflection. Now, I don't want to scare your kids with my ugly mutt, so you might want to watch this video before showing it to your kids. Just saying. Right, so what I did was I went down and I counted all of the comments, and I think I had about 26, I think it was. 26 people that commented, but KB Ants didn't want to be involved in the competition because he's already got it. So fair one, KB Ants. I still want to be on your competitions because I still want freebies. So I counted up all the comments and I went to a random number generator on Google, as you can see here. Now 10's the default number. I haven't fudged it to make somebody else win on here. So I put the numbers in, came up with 18. Then I popped over back to the channel and then I counted the comments from the top one being number 1 and working my way down to 18. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, he's won. But wait a minute, there's something fishy here. Can you see it? JP Grant 85, you would have won, matey, but unfortunately, you've made 2 comments. Now, to be fair, I did look at all the other comments and then everybody else had only posted 1. And to be fair, I'm going to have to disqualify one of your comments because it won't be fair on everybody else that just commented once. Now, if it was a matter of commenting as many times as you like, people would spam the comment section, which is not particularly what I wanted. It would have been very constructive. It would have been who could spam the most. So for that, I'm going to have to say, sorry mate, you were close. You're runners up, let's say, but you didn't win. So who did win then? Let me have a look. Let's scroll down. And Chris, you are the winner, matey. So Chris, please get hold of me via Facebook on my Facebook group. Message me your address and stuff, and I'll make sure that's fired off to you before Christmas, matey. Congrats. Now, I was having a casual conversation with Ants UK, who's another YouTuber. I'll put a link in my description for him. And I was discussing about doing the giveaways and how much I've enjoyed it. So what I'm planning to do is, come spring, give away my latest Nigers, because I've got so many of them, and why not give them away to you guys? So you will have an established colony, anything from 1 year to 2 years old. So you guys have a chance to win in that too come spring. But that's it for today then, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and I look forward to seeing my next one. Bye-bye for now.